Okay, let's see how this one goes here. So I wrote the word here, inscribe on the top. Let's look at these two objects here. And this is part of our never-ending effort to get more sophisticated, but using the simplest objects that we can imagine, okay? So in this case, in English, we say the circle is inscribed in the square. This is a square. Okay, we'll talk more about that later. And in this case, the square is inscribed in the circle. In both cases, so no one can complain about abstraction, we've made r equal 1, the simplest number besides 0 that I can think of. And I'll make a little shaded thing here and here. And the question is simplicity itself. No one in their right mind could tell me I don't get the question. The question is, what is the shaded area? How do we represent it? So I'm going to give you this challenge problem that I'll do on a video tomorrow. And I'm going to give you the answer in terms of pi. And later we can get out the calculator and decide which is better. But when I do the problem tomorrow, and if you're trying to do it, I want the answer in terms of pi. What is the shaded area here? Okay? So obviously it's going to be the square, take away the circle. So let's see if you can do it. This would be considered relatively easier. Another story is the square inscribed in the circle. And I also want you to find, in terms of pi, the shaded area here. And do not complain that you don't get the question. Any human being on the planet understands perfectly well what I mean. The challenge would be to put it in terms of pi, and then later, of course, we take out our calculators as needed. So I'm asking you, as a little challenge that I will promise to do tomorrow, is I want to know what the area is here and the area is here. And once we take care of that, I'm going to turn them into three-dimension problems that the Common Core has you do. And we'll be able to do them together, but there'll be irrational numbers. That is, things will be in terms of pi. So we'll come back to this, and this is your challenge problem for tonight. You have your assignments that I gave you, 5 problems. Somebody already asked me to do number 1. I'll probably do all 5 tomorrow morning, and assign you a new bunch based on what I talked about before. And here, I'll eventually assign you problems, but I want to see what you think about coming up with the shaded area. Because I think it's appropriate and proper to assign you challenge problems and try to teach you new things. So there we go. What's the shaded area? And don't tell me you don't understand the problem. Maybe you can't do it, but don't tell me you don't understand the problem. By definition, both answers must be irrational. That is, they either have pi in the answer or the square root of something that's not a perfect square in the answer. So I'll leave it like that now, and tomorrow I'll be looking forward to doing these problems in detail and then turning them into three-dimensional problems. Okay, so I'll leave it like that, and I'm ready to go full steam ahead tomorrow as we get closer and closer to our testing experience. All right.